wants to watch the Superbowl, which is football. His whole class is watching it. His friend has an uncle with a thing. I have a computer in my house, and I can let him watch it at home with me. I would much prefer that my son watches it in my house, where I see what he's doing, I see what he's watching when he's getting up and he's going. But at the same time, I'm lowering the standards of my own home by doing so. But I want him at home. Because we don't use the internet for football. We use the internet for the bank. We use the internet for yeshiva.
You're not connected. So the question is, should I make an exception and bring the
and do it by me, but then he's by me in the house? Which is a similar question.
I think you probably could do it by renting the device just for one night and bringing his friends over, which people come to me about it. If you could do what what's it called, that whole mahalach of having a Super Bowl, making from it a ganze kviyas, and the child is going to need to do one of the two. Or you could send them to another house where there's going to be hoileless and they're going to be looking at inappropriate things during the intermission. And in your house, you could arrange that they'll be doing something mili de kedusha during the intermission, a Mishnah Yoimis or a Mishnah Bruri Yoimis, and we'll do. No, people do that. People do that. So why not?
America's a moiritic place. I didn't know that. It's marvel.
What should we do? There are people that get the child not to watch it is not Baba Cheshbon.
I would also add on to what the Rebbe is saying.
I don't hear that you're lowering the standard of your house by lahedja bringing it in on a one-night basis. Not your device. Just bring an outside device just for tonight. We're going to watch as a family. You want to bring some friends, and we're going to watch it. Now, do I condone watching the Super Bowl? That's not my state. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying here's a child that needs to watch the Super Bowl. It's too late. He needs to watch it. If you have a choice to have him watch it, what you could control in your house, and make it a positive event, make a Rabbi Miyutai, and turn it into something meaningful, rather than letting him go hefker and do things that are might be a hezek gadol to him, that I don't see that you're lowering your standard. You remain with your filtered devices, and you remain with a internet access that's only for business and shopping. But tonight, because Eis Lashem, we're going to lower the standard. We're not lowering our standards, but we're going to do something that's, I don't know that's a dilemma. The dilemma is that the child wants it, but if he wants it, you got to give it to him in a way that's least harmful to his Yiddishkeit.
I would also be very, very, I would be aware of teaching a kid that he does Averas by other people's houses. Or else you don't know Averas. If you want to do Avera, do it somewhere else. That's a subliminal message that you're sending to a child when you send him to watch a
problem. He doesn't want to lower the standard of his
No, I understand, but the question is, what the other side of the equation is that you're telling the kid that we don't do Averas by us, but you can do it by somebody else. That's creating a long-term pattern that could be very dangerous. So either, if it's such an Avera that he can't do by you or somebody else, then he can't do it. And we go back to the mainstream trial that the Rebbe spoke about, that you could say no. If it's something which is not that red line where you're not stopping him from doing it, then the kid of 15 is reading major hypocrisy that he's allowed to do it. I mean, you have bias over your 15-year-old, right? Now, either you're exercising your bias to say no or yes. You're saying yes, but by somebody else. That's a moiridic equation that from now on, when I want to do Averas, we do it by somebody else's house. I think that has long-term ramifications, dangerous. Otherwise, stop the kid from doing it.
So let me just swing it over me.
You know that the Basilis Yisharim has a whole perik, Mishkal HaChasidus. There's a mishkal in everything. You have to have a mishkal. You know, did we have these problems 100 years ago? No. But today, in today's day and age, this will come up, and you have to know how to weigh. And it's l'chayra